am going to pull this up again. Usually do Facebook Live. I'm going to see if anybody has any comments on it or anything. Hope this is working. So I was on a great internet call this morning. We help dealerships with inventory or lead management and stuff. I'm on Facebook Live. If anybody's on there, pop in and throw some cash because I can get some pushback on this. But started selling cars on the internet in 1998. I was in through 95 fiscally. That's how I made a living. And even back then, I was able to sell a car over the internet. Don't tell me I can't sell a car over the phone or the internet. I did it all the time, day in and day out. Now, with COVID and everything and digital retailing, everybody's learning that you can sell a car over the internet. So now you know that why we still sell appointments is the case. So we always been, so I was on a call with a dealer today, and one of the metrics that I pushed out before, you can see the charts if you want to see them, but I took 10 random of our dealers, and we have more than that, and I've seen it across the board. And of those 10 random dealers, 50 cars on a lot, 150 cars on a lot. If you watch my videos, you know this stat, but what I found was 62% of their active leads, some as high as 80, 85% of their active leads are on cars already sold. I went 0 to 60 day old leads. Of the 0 to 60 day old leads, upwards of 60 to 80% of those leads are on cars that are sold. So if you're in your CRM and you pulled up 60 days worth of leads and you said you had 100, well, it's 65% or 65 of them on cars already sold. That only leaves 35 people to sell a car to today. Okay. So the other 65% are on cars that are sold. Now, I've been given this example, but thanks for the heart, Jim. But if you have a customer walking to the showroom floor on a sold car, you don't tell them, oh, that car's sold, and you turn around and walk away. You slow them down, say, I don't know, let me check. By the way, are you open to other makes and models? You go to the desk, they say, hey, that car's gone, but show them the Silverado. You pull up Silverado, you say, hey, Mr. Customer, I know that car's sold, but what about this? And you switch them, and we have good luck a lot of times switching customers. But are we doing that on our internet deals? So here's what happens. CRMs don't talk cars. Cars don't talk CRMs. We're doing that in our tool with a Lotpop, where we're combining Reynolds, VIN Solutions, Drive Centric, eLeads, VINs, all in, and we're combining that with inventory management tools, VinQ, vAuto, Inventory Plus, and we're putting them in one place. We're seeing these new stats. And so, we're looking at this, and I would say you would take that customer and you would switch them to other cars. But here's how CRMs work, because they don't talk inventory. Is one, it's probably very hard for you in any or most of your CRMs just to pull active leads on sold cars. Let's just say you could. Are we putting them down a different sales funnel? So there's a couple theories out there right now from some of these CRMs to stop chasing, calling and emailing a customer after 4 days. I've heard upwards of 14 days, some CRMs I'm saying. And what they're saying is after 4 days or after 14 days, let AI or automatic email process kind of follow up with them from there via text or emails. Why waste? They say, if somebody's ready to buy, you're going to engage with them within, let's say, 4 days. And if you don't, then let AI or texting, automated emails, things like that, follow up with the customer until they re-engage and then get back into the swing of things. It's all fine and dandy. The problem, not really, but the problem with that is, one, if the customer's shopping, and I found my business, and I spent 8 years selling cars off the internet, and again, in the 90s and early 2000s, and I don't think the shopper's any different now. Anybody submitting a lead that doesn't reply, doesn't give you much information right now, probably just kind of shopping, kicking the tires and feeling things out. They might not engage a whole lot right now because it's 6 months till their lease is up, or the kid's graduating in 2 months and they want to kind of get a feel of what's out there. And can I get this car? I know it's 15 grand. Can I get it for 14 or whatever? So they're just high funnel shoppers. And so they're probably not engaging. But 2 months down the road, they engage more, dig deeper, and a month down, 5 months down the road, they're digging deeper and engaging maybe more. And I want to satisfy them at all levels. I want them. I want to earn their business. So I'm going to want to continue to engage with that customer. So going back to the CRM prompts, if you're giving up at 14 days to let AI, or 4 days to let AI or email process start following up with them, well, the problem is if that car sells, the CRM doesn't know to set different triggers. So if you say, hey, it's been 14 or 30 days, customer hasn't engaged, move them to lost or move them to this cycle of an automated process to touch base with that customer. And if that customer's vehicle that they're interested in 3 weeks ago is sold, and they know that, that's probably why they haven't engaged with you. Um, that automated process is going to email them and talk to them and say, hey, it's been about a month since you submitted a lead on that 18 F-150. Are you still in the market? And we're going to look stupid if that car is sold, right? And so what again, these customers need to be put down a different sales funnel. If that vehicle sold, I would be open with them and say, hey, that 2014 Honda Accord sold. Now what? Are you open to other makes and models? Are you just interested in this feature? Obviously, it's going to be hard to replace that car. What else can I help you with? And try to position them. Voicemail, email, any communication is letting them know that car sold, and you get actively try to sell them other cars. Hey, that car sold, but what about this one? 2 weeks later, hey, that car, remember I sent you that Focus last week? What about this Jetta this week? And if you actively try to sell them a car, they're there to buy a car. They're not there to buy an appointment, right? So why are we selling appointments when we know we can sell a car off the internet? I don't prefer to sell a car off the internet. If I can get them in the door, that's great. But the customer's just looking for something and somebody to listen to them and give them what they're looking for. I'm really just looking for a 15 grand car for my kid. So I submitted a lead on your Jetta just to feel it out and let you know I'm here, but I'm really not ready to do something yet because they're not, turning birthday for 60 days. So I'm just kind of feeling, maybe I submitted the lead just so I can remember what store had it. So when I am ready to do something, I can come back to you. Right. And so engage with me then. Tell me it sells and tell me you got a Focus inside. Tell me it sells and you got a new Civic that I might be interested. Tell me it sells. Now I got something else, because as you're doing that to me, I'm going to feel more obligated to either go, man, this guy's doing a lot of work for me. I just need to tell him I'm not doing anything for 2 months, or I'm no longer interested. But if I'm just getting templated emails, I'm just going to hit delete, 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 delete in my inbox, right? So, and again, voicemail, text messages. Hey, here's another car. Hey, here's another car. Here's another car. And pick out cars, earn their business. And again, I wouldn't be giving up on the lead and let AI handle it after 4 or 14 days. I get it. Staffing issues might force you to have to do things like that. And you're just trying to get by with what you can. But man, I'm telling you, the biggest opportunity, just if you just seen this video, go back to the beginning. The biggest opportunity is on that 60 to 70% of your active leads on sold cars, circling back to them and recycling them into some other deal and some other car. Because when it comes to used cars, that customer has to buy something else. They can't find another 18 blue F-150 with 38,000 miles with that package, right? They're going to have to buy the black one or the blue one with 50,000, or wait until they find another one, right? And if I just have some templated AI emails talking to them about a car that already sold, because all you're trying to do is get them in the door with an appointment, let's sell them the cars, okay? And give the flexibility your team that's following up the ability to switch them and sell them and tell them about cars. So we're just scratching the surface a lot of this internet stuff as far as sold cars and what percentages, put them down different sales funnels, what metrics matter in these things. We had a dealer that had over 200 active leads on sold cars that we're trying to switch, to have something I can switch them to based on what we're looking at. We'll look at similar vehicles. So if it's a large pickup truck or intermediate car, we look at the same price point, intermediate car within a couple grand higher or lower than what they were interested, and see what we have in stock to match up with them and say, hey, here's a lead that has submit a lead on a sold car. Here's 4 other cars that might fit their needs based on segment and price range. And dealer had over 200 of those. Now, my goal for them is to reduce that 200 every day, try to take that list and reduce it down As far as follow up goes, continue to follow up with them because we look at which ones of those we haven't followed up with like in 3 days. We're going to communicate with that customer. Hey, that car's sold. Now what? Here's 3 other cars I got that you're interested in, and follow up that way. Leave in voicemail. Hey, did you see that Accord I just sent you? I know you're interested in that Civic or the, you know, Malibu or Maxima, but did you see that Accord I sent you? Would you be interested in that? And then a week later, hey, I know I've been emailing you about that car and that car. We just got one. I seen it traded in yesterday. Thought of you first. Here it is. And get engaged with them and see if we can reduce that and increase closing percentage, let's say on switches. How many of those switches? We had 200 of them. Did we get 10 of them to switch to something else? And again, that's a recycle lead. They submit a lead on this car, gone. But if I could recycle and put them on another car, that can minimize my marketing expense too. But that means my internet people got to sell them a car, not an appointment, right? But if all your internet or BDC or templates are doing is trying to set an appointment because they don't care about the car, I think you're missing opportunities. Anyways, hope this is helpful. Merry Christmas. It's the 22nd, 3 days away. Lot Party quick tip. Facebook, LinkedIn, SoundCloud, or podcast. So enjoy and have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays for everybody.